Sadhana is nothing but the purification of the subtle and gross bodies. In the process of such purification, a channel of divine blessing, the channel of anugraha, is opened, establishing a connection with our inner self, a connection with God, a channel of divine communion. The opening of this channel is none other than a direct introduction and the experience of the natural state. When the subtle bodies are purified, this channel is opened quite quickly. Conversely, if the subtle bodies contain obstacles, disturbances, vasanas, samskaras, or interferences from spirits, it may take years to open this channel. That is why purification is necessary. Extensive purification. This is not a matter of theory, talk, or philosophy. It is only a matter of practice and purification. During the purification process, we begin to notice various effects. For example, there is an increase in control over the inner energy, greater control over the mind, and the ability to regulate the senses, indriyas. We become lighter, more fluid and pure. Inner psychological conflicts fade, and sattva guna begins to dominate. What does purification of the subtle bodies mean? What contaminates the subtle bodies? They are polluted by specific energies. Tamas, the energy that dulls and provokes animalistic, uncontrolled instincts, and rajas, which agitates and compels chaotic, feverish activity. And although our inner nature is perfect and pure, tamas and rajas greatly trouble the sadhaka. In the first years, one may be completely unable to deal with them. For instance, when one sits down to meditate, a restless mind filled with rajas prevents it. One may want to rise at 4:30 a.m. to perform asanas and pranayamas, but tamas whispers, "It's okay, wait a bit." Thus, the purification of tamas and rajas marks the beginning of subtle body purification. When the gross and subtle bodies, which operate in the astral realm, are purified, the anugraha channel begins to open. The subtle astral body is called the sukshma sharira, while the gross physical body is referred to as the stula sharira, and the causal body is known as the karana sharira. The subtle body functions in the astral world, not in the physical one. If someone asks, where is the subtle body? Of course, it cannot be shown. It can be experienced through meditation or lucid dreaming. The subtle body operates in the astral realm. The astral world is known as Antar-loka, the intermediate realm between our physical world, Bhuvar-loka, and the causal world, Shiva-loka. There is the gross physical world, Bhuvar-loka, the astral world, Antar-loka, the causal world, Shiva-loka, and the realm of the Absolute, the non-dual world, Satya-loka. The subtle body we purify inhabits the astral world, the Antar-loka, a realm of subtle forms and subconscious content, the world of dreams and desires. Everything that arises as visualizations or thoughts in our consciousness belongs to the subtle body. It is precisely the rajas and tamas within the subtle body, as well as interferences from various entities and karmic creditors, that must be purified. Typically, the astral world is further divided into regions. The higher astral world is Mahaloka, the abode of divine beings, a realm of spiritual harmony and balance. There is also Swar-loka, the middle astral world, the heavens. This world is referred to as Svarga. Then there is Bur-loka, the lower astral world, a subtle copy of the physical realm. We often see this realm in dreams or during out-of-body experiences, encountering worlds similar to ours, but composed of subtle matter. All of this constitutes the manifestation of Bhuvar-loka, the lower astral realm. The lower astral realm, in turn, is divided into two main regions, Pitri-loka and Preta-loka. Pitri-loka is the realm where departed ancestors dwell. We may encounter our ancestral lineages there. If someone wishes to meet them through dreams or meditation, they must enter Pitri-loka, where ancestral souls still remember us, bound by familial karma and ties. This world is a refined reflection of the physical one, and may appear more harmonious, depending on the subtle inclinations of the Pitris, the beings residing there. The world takes on a form resonant with their subconscious minds. Preta-loka is inhabited by lower entities, unfulfilled, craving spirits. Those who were addicted to alcohol or drugs, who were greedy, deluded, or died in a state of dissatisfaction, find themselves among the pretas, the hungry ghosts. These beings have grotesque forms, are consumed by dissatisfaction, and have distorted, impure perception. Even if you offer them food or drink, it burns or spoils in their perception. Water becomes foul, food turns to ash. You may have noticed individuals with a similarly decayed state of consciousness. Even if given opportunities, things go awry. Entrust them with something, it fails. Give them wealth, they squander it. Their mere touch brings misfortune. These are individuals marked by the Preta principle, beings of Preta-loka, the realm of hungry ghosts. This is due to a deeply rooted subconscious dissatisfaction and a severely diminished karmic vision, lacking pure perception and divine dignity. Such people see the world in dark hues, distorted and diminished. You may know the type. You show them something beautiful, and they insert a drop of poison, dimming it with their contracted awareness. This is the Preta state, narrow, rigid, low consciousness. Naturally, one wishes to distance themselves, feeling the dissonance in karmic vision. Naraka-loka is the lowest region of the astral realm, a subastral plane divided into 7 hells, corresponding to the 7 lower chakras located in the thighs, calves, and feet. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, and Patala. These are realms of torment for sinners, especially those with extreme negative karma. These worlds are ferocious and dreadful, where beings endure severe suffering. Our subtle body is usually already aligned with a particular realm, as if captured by a specific karmic vision. This could be Burloka, Preta-loka, or Pitri-loka, until we transform the subtle body. Until we cleanse it of rajas and tamas and attain a sattvic state, it remains bound to the karma of that realm. An ordinary person may believe themselves to be a free soul, but in reality, they live in a subtle dimension, trapped in the astral world. Only spiritual practice and the purification of the gross and subtle bodies enable one to transcend these worlds and draw nearer to Antar-loka, Tamas-loka, and Shiva-loka. As long as a person lives in ignorance, they do not even know which realm they belong to. They may be unaware that their subtle body is inhabited by spirits, that it is overrun by rajas and tamas, or that they are influenced by pretas or pitris. They may suffer from unconscious dreams, uncontrollable thoughts, or mental obscurations. They do not understand why they can't meditate or live consciously. But once they begin sadhana, their nature gradually purifies, and they start to recognize the subtle body, seeing their samskaras, vasanas, channels, and chakras. They become aware of how prana flows, where it is excessive, and where deficient. They begin to understand which guna dominates, tamas, rajas, or sattva. When they reach this level, they can consciously work with the subtle body and thus shape their future reality. This is the path of liberation, the path of yoga. Sadhana itself is not so much work with the physical body as it is with the subtle body. Although we begin with the physical, hatha yoga, asanas, pranayamas, all of it is ultimately aimed at influencing the subtle body. For example, pranayamas and mudras are used to purify the nadis and stimulate the movement of prana in the proper direction. Thus, purification is not merely bodily hygiene or dietary discipline. It is profound inner work, working with gunas, with energies, with elements. Then we begin to sense, for example, that today the fire element is strong and we are agitated. Rajas is active, or we feel dull and lazy. Tamas is dominant, or we feel clear, calm, and aware. Sattva is present. When the sadhaka becomes sensitive to these states, they can balance and regulate them. This means they are mastering energy, becoming a master of their prana. The more we abide in sattva, the higher our level of awareness, the closer we are to Antar-loka, Tamas-loka, and Shiva-loka. Gradually, through the purification of the subtle body, the practitioner becomes capable not only of perceiving energy, but also of directing it. They can guide prana, influence their own consciousness and that of others. They become a pure vessel, a channel for the divine will. Such a person radiates sattva, becomes naturally harmonious, attractive, and capable of divine action. This is the beginning of the path to moksha, liberation, the supreme goal of spiritual practice.